Ahora sí. Okay. So hello to Valentina. Hello to Valeria. Valeria is here with us. Carlos Aedo, Catalina, Braulio is with us. All these people are with us now. So what we're going to do is, please, I'm going to ask you to, Juan Rivera is also with us. I'm going to ask you to download the end of course review that I sent you. Que se las mandé, is this one, right? So please download it, bájenla, because I'm going to start working with this, right? Okay, are you ready to start? Because I want you to have the Guia with you because we have to do these exercises, and this is special for you, and I put some things in order to remember, you know, the things that we have studied in these units. Okay, we start with number 4 then. It says, Crystal is with us.
That is the one you sent yesterday,
yes,
right?
I sent, I think, yesterday. Okay. End of course review. Units 4, 5, and 6, integrated English, intermediate level. Did you find it? And it starts with this. Así parte, Braulio, por si acaso. Ahí la tienes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Crystal.
Hi.
Hello, Crystal. Crystal, we are going to work with the guía. Vamos a trabajar con la guía porque yo empiezo mi repaso ahora, please, con la unidad 4. And I need the guía. Necesito la guía para todos.
I'll be listening, but I can answer the question because I'm in the center of Quilpue.
Ah, okay. Yeah, okay, but well, but I am recording anyway this session, right? So you can then listen to the recording, okay?
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, Scarlett, we are working with the Guia. Please, Scarlett, download it. It's in the Google Classroom, okay? Yeah, I'm going to start. Gloria Mena too, please, Gloria. We're working with the Guia, okay? So please, Gloria, download it. All right. Juan Rivera is with us too. Okay, baby, so let's start, please, and please concentrate because we are going to start working with this. I told you, so the first part of my Guia invites you to check this information that on contents that we have studied up to now, starting from Unit 4. Why Unit 4? Because the test that we are going to have soon is the last, use of English and vocabulary, and, we are going to start with Unit 4. So the contents that we are going to integrate in this test, are Unit 4, 5, and 6. That's why I am starting my review in this week, with these contents, right? Tiare, hello, she's with us too. Okay, so it says, let's start with Unit 4. Let's have a look. This is important. Let's have a look at predictions in English, all right? Well, for your information, you see, I put something here for you to remember, right? I mean, what do you have to use when you want to talk about predictions, when you make predictions in English? So we usually use will, right, when we make predictions. This is what we studied before. Will is very important, especially when the speaker, is very sure about the prediction that he's going to make, right? Also, you can also use may. It's possible to use may, might, and could. But when you use these, it's because the speaker, think that it could be possible, but the speaker is not very sure. And the only way when the speaker is really sure about what he thinks is when we use will. Will plus the base form. For example, if I want to predict, for example, something about the future, if I am very sure, I think that, for example, scientists will find, a cure for the pandemics, right? I'm very sure about that. In that case, I say will. When I'm not very certain, right, I can say scientists might find, because that could happen or it couldn't. So scientists might find a cure for this pandemic, or, scientists, could find a cure for this pandemic. So, and also may. Scientists may find a cure. These are the possibilities that you have. But remember, when you are pretty sure, you use will, okay? Well, this is something that we have here, and you have to remember that in English, you can also use the negative forms when you give a prediction, right? And if it is negative, you use the will. The negative form of will in English is won't. If you want to use may not, might not, or could not, or couldn't, right? Well, let's look at these ideas about the year 2040. We are in 2020, so in 20 years. Now we are in 2020. Remember, I'm going to start thinking about the future. I'm going to start thinking about the year 2040. So here we are going to put into practice, our predictions. So you can use will, or won't, or might, or remember, could or may. Okay, so you can write sentences you can think are true, or not maybe, why not? For example, here we have one, it says, water, and then we have slash, be more expensive than oil. If I make a prediction about this, I can say, I think, because it's my opinion, right? I think, you can also say the same, I think, right? Water, I'm very certain about this. That's why I say will. Water will be more expensive than oil. I'm very certain as a speaker. Why? Because I know that in the world we are having now a lot of problems with water, right? And everybody knows that in the future, maybe we will really have lots of problems with water. So water will be very expensive in the future. So I think in that year, in 2040, maybe water will be more expensive than oil, right? Okay, in number 2, so I have lots of exercises for you to practice and to do them, right? You can do it according to what you think, of course. In number 2 says, for instance, all our home, and then we have a slash, use green energy, right? Well, and so these are ideas that we're thinking about, we are predicting. Remember, that's why we have these kind of sentences. Think about our, energy, that the idea is to clean our planet because our planet is really dirty. Our planet now is really polluted. So the idea is to start, being aware of that, issue. So we think that maybe to have green energy could be the solution, I think, right? Okay, so what do you think you can write in this sentence that says, all our home use green energy? So you have, ideas, some ideas that you can use, but you put it in the correct form, talking about predictions, right? Okay, for example, in the case of number 2, what would you say, Valentina, in the case of number 2?
Sorry, I was with my sister, so if she sings in the background, I apologize. Number 3, you say?
No, number 2, baby. Number 2. So what you have to do here is to, you see, make a prediction for the year 2040 and using some of these ideas. For example, think about number 2. And remember that if you're really certain, if you're sure, Valentina, you can use will, right? If you're not very certain, if you're not very sure, you can use could or might or may, right?
I think our home might use green energy.
Yeah. Okay, can you repeat again, please? Because I didn't listen to it very well.
I'm not so sure.
No, but you're right, but just repeat it, please.
I think our home might use green energy.
Yeah, okay.
Our home. Pardon.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so Valentina's idea, she says that maybe I can change some things in most of homes, people might, she said, she thinks might use green energy, might use. Okay, she's correct, might, and then you use the verb, and the verb goes in infinitive without to. So this is correct, might use green energy. All right, good. Number 3, most people in the world speak Chinese. Braulio, what do you think about this in the year 2040? 2040.
Most people in the world won't speak Chinese.
Yeah, okay. Most people in the world won't speak Chinese. That's what I think, and I think that would be great. I wouldn't like to speak Chinese, right? Okay, and you know that there are lots of people that Braulio think that most people in the world might, we're not sure, might, it could be or not, might speak Chinese because Chinese people are, now buying lots of things in different parts of the world. So I am really worried about that issue, right? Just a couple of days ago, Braulio, I don't know if you knew, but a couple of days ago, a week ago, I guess, that I heard in the news that Chinese people bought Chilectra. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, I knew that. When I heard that, oh my God, I said, how come? But this is something that they did. They bought Chilectra.
The thing is, Chinese is not an accessible language.
Yeah, it's not very accessible. It's very difficult, right? But if they start buying things in different parts of the world, maybe, we're not sure, maybe that in the future, maybe not so near, but in the future, lots of people, might speak, Chinese. We're not sure. Okay, children have their lessons online. What do you think about this, Scarlett? Online, so everybody are talking about that everything is online now, but in the future, in the year 2040, think about 2040, in 20 years. Now, if you are 20, you're going to be 40. So in the year 2040, Scarlett.
I think children won't have all their lessons online.
Yeah, why do you think that?
I have faith
Yeah,
in stay in the manera presencial.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know how to say it.
yeah. In class, in class, right? So
In a
place,
classroom.
in a classroom, right? Yes, that's it.
I have faith.
Stay in a classroom. Yeah, I agree with you. So I also have faith, right? That I think that this is, I'm maybe, I want to say this because I think this will have to happen, right? So the children, will have their lessons, in a classroom, not online. Maybe children will have some lessons probably online, but not most of them, right? Okay, what about number 5? Catalina, can you think about this number 5? People have chips inside their heads.
I think people could have chips inside their hairs
Mm. Heads
for
inside their heads.
scientific experiments.
Yeah, okay, Valentina. All right. Yeah, because of the scientific experiments that they are doing now. Okay. Thank you, Valentina. All right, good. Yeah, I wouldn't like to have chips in my head because if I have chips in my head, maybe everybody is going to know what I do. And so, well, now they know what I do, but not everything, right? But maybe you're right, Catalina, right? I don't know. World population diminish or increase? What do you think, Carlos Aedo? What do you think about the world population? Diminish in the year 2040 or increase?
World population will increase. I think, well, because of all this, what is happening right now. It will obviously increase if it stops, of course.
Yeah. So you think that I think world population in the year 2040, the world population will increase. All right. Yeah, because the figures, las cifras, figures state that population in some parts of the world, in Europe, for example, population has diminished. And but I think that in the year 2040, population will increase because in Europe, people are really worried because countries are becoming, very old. So we have more old people than young people in some countries, right? So that's what I think. I think that in the year maybe 2040 population, the world population will, increase, I hope. New pandemics, high rate of death. Gloria, what about this, Gloria? What is your opinion? What is your idea? What is your prediction for this year according to the new pandemics?
I think new pandemics.
I think, Gloria, I think, la lengüita entre los dientes, think.
I think new
Yes.
pandemics might high rate of death.
Yeah, might have a high rate of death. Okay. Yeah, I think new pandemics might have, yes, a high rate of death. Okay. Because we can have new pandemics. Nobody knows, right? They are talking about now a new pandemic. So maybe something could happen. Okay. Levels of seas and increase. Juan Rivera, levels of seas increase. What do you think?
I think level of seas.
The level. Mhm. The level of seas, yes.
Level of seas won't increase.
Won't increase. Okay. Yeah. So we have to be positive, Juanito, right? We have to be positive because I wouldn't like to have the level of sea, you know, increased, right? That would be terrible because the cities will be absolutely flooded, or maybe some countries, especially in Europe, you know, will disappear if this happens, right? So that's why scientists are really, you know, worried about this situation, right? Because if we continue polluting the planet, you see, and maybe these things will happen soon. So I don't want this, right? Okay, good. What about, you see, life expectations, Scarlett, life expectation. What do you think about this? Life expectation. Do you think that life, for example, in terms of life expectation, that women will live longer or men will live longer? Today, the expectation is up to 90 or 80 years old. And I think that it has changed anyway. What do you think about you? If the life expectation, what do you think about this?
I think life expectations will increase for everyone.
Okay, I agree with you. Why do you think so? Why do you think that this will increase the life expectation?
Because it has always been increasing.
Yeah.
It's about history, and now we have evidence of how much has increased.
Yeah, okay, we have evidence about life expectation has increased. Because you see, for example, how old are most, I mean, people who are, for example, who are dying, in how old are most people? What is the age? What is the age, the average age? La edad promedio, the average age, I mean, that most people live. ¿Hasta qué edad? What is the average age that most of us live?
Well, the top, I will say 90 or 100.
Wow, 100. Oh my God. I wouldn't like to live, you know, up to 100. Well, it would be different, Scarlett, in case that if I am 100, I could be, you know, in good physical and mental conditions, right? Because if I am in good mental conditions, I would feel very happy. But if I am not, no, I wouldn't live, you know, up to the 100 years old.
That's the problem.
That's the problem, yeah. Maybe scientists have to discover, I mean, what to do in order to live, you know, in good and mental, you know, conditions. That would be great. Okay, plastic material disappear from Earth. Valeria, what do you think, Valeria, about this? What is the expectation? What can you think about this prediction? Sorry, prediction, Valeria. Can you make a prediction about exercise number 10 here?
I think plastic material may not disappear from Earth.
Yeah. Okay. Why do you think so?
Because the pollution and all that.
Do you think people are really helping, you know, I mean, the environment in order to stop using plastic material, for example? Or do you think that we are not conscious and we are still using, for example, plastic material in different things, Valeria?
I think now we are not conscious about it.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe there are some people, you see, Valeria, that are conscious about it, but there are others that, you know, are not. So we have to still work, you see, on that point, because I think it's very important that plastic, you know, material, I think it has to, you know, disappear from Earth. So maybe if I give a prediction, I think plastic material, well, may or might not disappear from Earth, you know, in the year 2040, maybe in the year 2060, probably 2060. Yeah, maybe people are going to be more conscious, right? Beginning of third world. Wow, that would be terrible. What about that, Braulio? What do you think about this? Beginning of, what happens with this? Third world war. Third world, it could be war. Third world war. Third world war. You can add word. Puede agregar la palabra word to this exercise 11. Third world war.
Do I have to say it?
I mean, it depends on what you think.
But I don't know how to use the word in that phrase.
Yeah.
The beginning of?
The beginning of the third world. The beginning of the third world war.
Okay. Could happen?
Yeah, could happen, okay. The beginning of the third world war could happen. I hope not. Okay, this is what I think. I hope not. Go to the other sheet. So this is about predictions, right? So this is something that we have to keep in mind and something that I have to tell you in case that you have to do the test. Of course, all of you, I hope. When you use the adverb, the adverb probably, I think this is the only adverb that we have to be careful because probably is very special. And probably, for example, you use it when it's negative. For example, when I say, for example, the driver, for example, the driver probably won't crash into a tree, for example. The driver probably won't crash into a tree. When it's negative, this probably is in this position. That's what I want you to remember because maybe you were not when we taught this. So probably, the position of probably, when it's negative, you put it, in this way, the driver and then the adverb, probably, and then you continue with the future form in negative, probably won't. When it's negative, happens this, won't crash, only with probably. Okay. When it's affirmative, you put it in a different position. For example, I say, Mr. Selban will probably buy a car. You see where I put it? Mr. Selban will probably buy a car. And when it's negative, I say Mr. Selban probably won't buy the car. Okay, this is for you to remember. Okay, go to the next sheet. In the next sheet, what we did in unit number 4, we studied the future forms, right? The future forms. And here we reviewed 3 future forms. We reviewed the use of will, we reviewed the use of, present continuous for future arrangements. And we also reviewed be, going to, when we talk about, a plan. So in this case, in the Guia, you see here in the next sheet, I just put important information about, the uses of future, right? For example, I put here future forms in the present continuous that I told you that when we talk about an arrangement to do something at a specified time in the future, arrangement, for example, if I say, this afternoon, what's my arrangement? This afternoon, I'm having a meeting with Mr. Nunez because we're working for the accreditation process, right? So this is my arrangement. I'm having a meeting, right? And we are working in this afternoon. So at 4 o'clock. So this is the arrangement. I'm having a meeting at 4 o'clock when we have arrangements. Most of the time, we always give the time. Sometimes people don't use it, but most of the time, because they have kind of a schedule, right, for these kind of things. Okay, and will, remember in what cases you use will? Well, will is also used, for example, when you make a decision, right, but at the moment of the speaking. This is the use that we are reviewing in this part of the unit. And when we use going to, for example, is when you refer to a plan or, you know, intention that has been decided before the moment of the speaking. So in this case, you have thought about it. That's why people say, I'm going to, for example, I'm going to, let's say, for example, what? I'm going to, let's say, to review all the lessons, you know, that correspond to the test, for example. This is something that I have decided, you know, is my intention. This is my intention, decided before the moment that I am speaking with you. So I thought about it before and said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to review, for example, the units, all the units for the test. And this is with the use of going to, and then the verb in infinitive. Will plus the verb without to, as I told you, for example, a decision that you make at the moment of the speaking, I'm talking to you, and then I say, oh, sorry, okay, I will do it. So at the moment of speaking, I make my decision. I will do it. So maybe I'm talking about something, and I make a decision, you see, in this moment. Well, let's put the future forms into practice. Here we have an example, you know, to show you how these 3 forms of future work, okay? Let's do it. Choose the correct option to complete the sentences. Yeah, we have an example here about a student. His name is Joseph, and he studies at the university. That's why I put Joseph is a student at the university. He has an appointment with a career advisor, Mrs. Williams. She is the advisor. She's a career advisor. And he, I mean the student, he's meeting or he will meet her at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay, so in this case, you have to choose what is correct, right? And then I'm going to read it first for you to have a general idea what this short paragraph is about. Joseph has prepared lots of questions to ask. So he will ask, or he's going to ask her, how he can get a job with the media. Media means media, you know, media with different, for example, let's say TV stations, or it could be in a newspaper, media. And he's going to inquire or inquiring about the qualifications required. Perhaps he will have or is having to do some sort of journalism course anyway. He thinks he will be or he's going to be good at presenting programs on TV. Okay, so according to this, what we have to do is to decide which of these future forms are correct according to these situations. All right, so if we start and if we analyze, for example, in the first part that says he is meeting, this is the first one that I'm going to do for you. The rest you can do it alone. He's meeting her at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yeah, in this case, what we have is, you know, an arrangement in the first part. So this is present continuous, you know, but this is used in a future way, right? That's why we say he is meeting. He's meeting her at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So this is, you know, an arrangement. So this is correct, and the form is correct. He is meeting, no, he will meet, okay? Because nothing to do with an arrangement here. Okay, and then it says, Joseph, this student has prepared. Yeah, if he has prepared, this is a plan. This is something that there was an intention, you know, I mean, with this student, right? A plan. So he decided to do something before, you know, having this, you know, appointment with the advisor. So what I'm going to use here, because he says here, has prepared, you see, a lot of questions to ask. Yeah, what is the correct form here? He will ask, or he's going to ask her how he can get a job. What do you think? Valeria, Catalina, Carlos, Gloria, Braulio, Scarlett, Juan, and the rest of the people. Okay.
I think the answer is he will ask her how he can get the job.
Do you agree, Braulio, what Juan says?
No, he's going to ask.
Yeah. Scarlett, do you agree with Braulio?
Agree.
Yeah, okay. I think Scarlett and Braulio are correct. Juan, why they are using is going to ask? Because Joseph says here has prepared a lot of questions. Este joven, this student, has prepared, ha preparado antes. Porque cuando uno prepara es porque lo hace antes. Has prepared lots of questions to ask. Y el meeting es mañana en la mañana. Y este niñito ha preparado ya. So he has prepared questions. So, and when we use going to, remember, going to is when you have a plan. Hay un plan aquí, él ha preparado ya lo que va a preguntar. So, for this reason, you know, we are going to use is going to ask. It's not something that, you know, he is a decision that he's making at the moment of the speaking. No está tomando una decisión en el momento de hablar ahora. No, porque dice, has prepared a lot of questions to ask. He's going to ask her. Y él le va a preguntar, porque todavía no tiene el appointment. Dice, he's going to ask, le va a preguntar a la señora esta, la advisor, he's going to ask her how he can get a job with the media. And, hay un and, ¿y qué es lo que es ese and? Usted que ha estudiado gramática, and es una conjunction, es una conjunción en inglés, and. And when you use and, it means that you follow the same pattern of the previous, you know, sentence. Tiene que llevar el mismo modelo del anterior. Por eso dice and, es como acarrear la and. And, so, what are you going to put there, Catalina? If you use and here. And, so, he's going to ask her, and Katita, what do you think this?
And he is in.
Yeah, he is.
Is in.
And he, remember that says and, dice end, la conjunción end. That means that you have a previous sentence before. Hay una.
He is going to inquire.
That's it. Yeah, good, Kata. And he is going to inquire about the qualifications required. Good, I see, that's it. Perhaps he will have to do some sort of journalism course, or perhaps he's having to do sort of journalism course. What is correct? Perhaps? Quizás tendrá que, yeah, perhaps he will have to. Quizás tendrá que tomar alguna decisión en el momento. Perhaps he will have to do some sort of journalism course. Anyway, he thinks, este niño, he thinks he what do you think? ¿Qué van a colocar ahí? He thinks, anyway, de todas maneras, he thinks.
He's going to be.
Yeah, maybe he's going to be good, maybe at presenting programs on TV. Okay, now, with these sentences that we have in the next part of the exercise, we are going to use, maybe you're going to clarify more the three uses. Van a clarificar más los tres usos. Why? ¿Por qué? Because here it says, in the first question, which job have you decided to do? Yeah. Cuando alguien me pregunta a mí, me dice, which job or which career have you decided to study? Y dice aquí en paréntesis, be an English teacher, have you decided? O sea, yo lo pensé ya, porque si yo tomo una decisión, es porque lo he pensado. Hay que pensar en la frase. You have decided. Y si yo he pensado, es porque ya he planificado, he pensado, he decidido, ¿no es cierto? Entonces, en esos casos, ¿qué voy a decir? Voy a usar siempre el be going to. Cuando he decidido ya antes del momento del habla, ¿no es cierto? Yo digo, I am going to be an English teacher. In this case, which job have you decided to do? I'm going to be a teacher, for example. In this case, I'm going to be an English teacher. That's the job I decided to do. Okay, what about number 2? It says here, pay attention to this. Mira Juan, por ejemplo. Juan dice, do you know where the bookstore is? Alguien te pregunta, someone asks you, do you know where the bookstore is? And then you have to use show and you. Entonces, the other person's yes says yes. Y inmediatamente, la persona toma una decisión porque reacciona. Dice, primero te pregunta, do you know where the bookstore is? Y él te dice, yes. Al tiro, en el momento del habla te responde, yes. ¿Qué va a usar ahí? Juan.
I will show you.
Ya, bien. I will show you. O si quiere usar contracted form, I'll show you. I'll show you. Correct. Now, what about this, Gloria, that says, what are your plans for today? What are your plans for today? Parenthesis, it says, watch a good movie on TV. Watch a good movie on TV. Okay, what are your plans? Your plans for today. Plans for today. ¿Qué planes para hoy, dice, for today. Plans for today. So maybe these plans could be for today. So what are we going to do?
We are going to watch a movie on TV.
Yeah, okay, maybe you're going to watch a movie on TV. In some cases, if someone says we are maybe watching a movie, it could be not bad. No se puede aceptar, right? But we are going to watch a movie, it's correct, because it's a plan, es mi plan de hoy día, something that I have decided to do before. Okay, now, in this case, Scarlett, for example, when someone says, would you like tea or coffee? Would you like tea or coffee? And then you say, have mineral water. So, would you like tea or coffee? When someone offers you, you know, it says, would you like tea or coffee? What we usually use when we answer to these kind of questions? And we react immediately.
Will?
Yeah, will, exactly. Always when someone, for example, when you are in a restaurant and the waiter, you know, says or asks you something and says, would you like red wine or white wine? And we always say, I'll, al tiro, I want white, for example, white wine or red wine, etc. So in this case, Scarlett, you say, I'll have mineral water. Okay, mineral water. What do you prefer, Scarlett, sparkling or still?
Sparkling.
Sparkling? I prefer still.
Yeah.
Okay. It's difficult for me. I mean, when I drink sparkling, I don't know why. That's why I prefer still. Okay, number 5. What about number 5? Catalina. Look at this, Catalina. Have you already decided which cardigan to buy? Parenthesis says, buy green one. So here we're talking also about something decided before. Yes. It says, Catalina, yes. I
going to
yeah, buy
a green,
not a green, the green one, the green
the
one.
green one.
Yeah, yes. I'm going to buy the green one. I'm going to buy the green one.
I'm going to buy.
Okay, I'm going to buy the green one. Good. Yeah. In unit number 4, babies, what we did also, we reviewed vocabulary and vocabulary about, for example, you see certain jobs, right? So the idea here is that you have to identify in these words, that is vocabulary that we can ask in the test, you see, is to identify which, word is being described in this exercise. For example, we have accountant, police officer, rock star, scientist, and vet. Okay, in number 1 says, usually works from 9 to 5 in an office. The word involves numbers and money. So what is the word that is being defined, Carlos? What word is being defined here in exercise that says complete the description with the jobs in the box?
The first one?
The first one, what is the first one?
Accountant.
Yeah, good. Accountant, correct. So an accountant usually works from 9 to 5 in an office. The work involves numbers and money. Good. Number 2, Valerie. It says an or an, are or an, sometimes works with cows and sheep on farms in the countryside. What is the word that is being described here? Very simple. It's not terrible. Valerie?
Vet.
Vet. Yes, a vet. Good, a vet. A vet is the short word for veterinarian, correct. 3, being a or being an involves staying, involves, correct that, involves, dice involves, le falta la e, involves staying in hotels and performing in front of adoring fans. Okay, what is it, Catalina, here? What is the word that is being defined?
Being a rock star.
Yeah, being a rock star, correct. 3, Scarlett, a or an can invent new things or make life-changing discoveries.
Scientist.
Yes, scientist. Go to the next sheet. 5. Let's ask Braulio. It says A investigates crimes. He or she must be honest and reliable.
An accountant?
An accountant? No. No, an accountant doesn't investigate crimes.
Investigate crimes. Police officer.
Yeah, police officer. Good. Police officer. Right. Very good. Police officer. Okay. Then we have another part that corresponds to, in other words, maybe to collocation that we also studied in the unit number 4, right? And it has to do with education. This is a special part of the unit that has with these, collocations that are verbs in general. All of them are verbs. So let's have a look at these. It says, currently, yeah, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tell you, right, anything about this. The only thing that I want you is, first, please have a look at these 8 exercises that you have here and try to complete, but with the correct form, of the verbs. It's not only to pick up one verb and then take it and put it in here. No, it's just put the verb, think first, read them all, and then you put them in the correct, you see, space and in the correct form. You have 1 minute. Tiene un minuto para pensar, 1 minute to think, and then you do it. 1 minute to think, and then you do it.
Miss,
Yes.
what does it mean retake?
Retake, for example, Juan, imagine that you failed, right? A course, any course or subject in the university, right? And next year, you have to retake it, to do it again, or to take it again. When you take it again, you say retake, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Are you ready or not? Do it. Okay, babies, let's start reviewing this. Yeah, okay, let's start with Juan. Okay, Juanito, please, can you start with number 1, please? Number one says currently an IT training course.
I do.
Um,
Currently, I do an e-training course.
all right, again, please. Currently, I
do.
Currently, I do. I think this is not correct because do you know the meaning of currently?
No.
Currently in English means, Juanito, now, currently, now. That's the meaning of this adverb, now, currently, now, at present, now. So if it says currently, or remember the meaning, you have to know the meaning, it means now. So what are you going to put here?
Could be dropped.
No. The verb that you were using at the beginning is correct. The verb do is correct, but the form is not correct. So if it says currently, Juan, when I say currently means now.
I'm doing.
Yeah, that's it. Remember the meaning of currently. Acuérdense el meaning porque la gente se confunde. ¿Ya? Porque piensan que es un false cognate. Lo traducen como corrientemente y no es corrientemente. Es currently means now, at present times. Now, at present. So, currently, por eso que es I am doing. I am doing. Okay, good. I am doing an IT training course. In English, the collocation is to do a course. Good. That's good. Okay, number two. Let's see, Valeria, can you think about number two? Jamie, good results in his exams.
Jamie gets?
I wouldn't say get. I wouldn't say get. I mean, the verb is correct, the verb, but not the form, the correct form. Jamie.
Got?
Yeah, that's better. Ahí suena mejor. La idea es que ya tomó el examen. Entonces, Jamie got good results, son los resultados de su examen, got good results in his exams. Okay, good. 3. That's easy. Esta está más facilita, ¿no? A ver, let's see. Let's try this. Joel, number 3. A ver, Catalina, can you do number 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Joel wants to stay in school for another year.
Yeah, okay. Joel wants to, a ver la pronunciación de to, Cata,
to stay,
más to stay in.
To stay.
Yeah, to stay in school for another year. Bien, good. 4. Let's see, Valeria, can you do this number 4? I like to college next year. Valerie?
I'd like to, I don't know, apply?
No, because I have another one for apply. Tengo otra para apply. I like to, easier than what you think. Más fácil de lo que piensas. Easier than what you think. I like to.
I don't know.
To go, only to go, Valerie. As simple as that. I like to go to college next year. I like to go to college next year. Okay, number 5. Carlos, number 5. Leon, out of college last year because her exam results were very bad.
Leon dropped out of college?
Yes, Leon dropped, past tense, en pasado. Dropped because it says last year. They say last year, so that's why we put it in past. Leon dropped with double P out of college last year because her exams results were very bad. Okay. Number 6, Juan, do number 6.
I failed the exam, so I'll have to retake it.
Yeah, yes. So I'll have to retake it. Correct. I have to retake it. 7. Braulio, can you do number 7, please?
Yes. I've applied to Oxford University.
Correct. I applied to university. Correct. You applied to universities in general. I applied to university. 8. Number 8. Scarlett. Jill school last June. Now she isn't at school anymore. She has decided to travel.
Jill left school last June.
Yes, correct. Jill left school last June. Correct. Okay. This is, the uses of these collocations in the correct form. So something that we have to be very careful when you have a test and you're given this kind of exercises, right? So think first about, pay attention to the adverbs mainly. They are going to give you a hand in order to discover what tense you have to use. Okay, functions, linguistic functions. In the linguistic functions, Ricardo taught you the requests, right? So I have some exercises for you to write the correct requests here. Okay, so we have some requests that are very typical in English, and I would like you to do it. They are all they are not correctly, of course, the order is incorrect, so you have to put the correct order to make a right request. Okay, so the first one says, okay, would be, then call back it too. So what is the correct order for this request in English? Think about, you have 1 minute or 2 to think about these 4 requests. Put it in them in order. You have 2 minutes to do it. I'm going to wait for you because I am taking the time. Okay, babies, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, good. Who's the other one? Carlos, Valeria, Carlos, Gloria, Gloria. Ahí está. Okay, let's see. All right, let's start. Braulio, please, would you be so kind to start with the first one, please?
Okay. Would it be okay to call them back?
Yeah, okay. Would it be, this is correct, would it be okay to call them back? Right. Number 2, Kata.
Would you mind
Yeah, would you mind? Okay.
being my
Being referee.
referee?
Okay.
Would you mind being my referee?
Okay. Would you mind being my referee? 3, Scarlett.
Is it all right if I use your phone?
Is it all right if I use your phone? Okay. Yes, go ahead. Number 4, Gloria. Gloria, do you have number
Okay.
4?
No, but I try.
Yeah, okay, try. Good.
Could you?
Yeah, could you? Verb, you need a verb?
Could you check my form?
Yeah, could you check my application?
Application form.
Yeah, could you check my application form?
Application form.
Yes. Okay, then what we are reviewing in the unit number 4 is vocabulary. So we have vocabulary, you see, of all the unit number 4 here. For example, let's start doing this vocabulary. Confucianism is a Chinese system of science, philosophy, dynasty. What is the correct one? A, B, or C? In terms of vocabulary. Braulio?
Philosophy.
Philosophy, good. 2, Confucius traveled across China and hoped to convince the people that his moral and ethical ideas about society could restore and prosperity to the country. Could restore order, benefits. B, order, justice. C, justice and advantages. What is the correct thing? Any idea about this?
Letter B.
Letter B, correct. Scarlett, correct. Yeah. Order and justice. So you need to, I mean, if you watch the video, you can answer this. Otherwise, it's difficult. Drop out, well, this is the vocabulary of drop out that Carlos did that sentence, so you can answer this, Carlos. Drop out of college means A, B, or C?
To leave college?
Yeah, B? To leave college. Yes, to leave college means to leave college because you fail courses. Okay, apprentice, Juan Rivera, Juanito, apprentice is someone who has agreed to work for a person in order to learn that person's skills. What is the correct one? Apprentice. This is in the unit about education. Apprentice.
Hardworking?
No, no.
Letter B, I don't know.
Letter B? No.
I don't know. So skip
So,
it.
letter C. Okay, letter C. Yeah, is apprentice is someone who has agreed to work for a skilled person, right? I mean, usually for a low salary, Juan Carlitos, for Juan Rivera, for, let's say, low salary, right, most of the time, and for a specific period of time, right, in order to learn that person's skills. That's the idea of apprentice. Es el aprendiz, right? Es la persona que está recién aprendiendo un trabajo. Generalmente va, lo mandan a la empresa, ¿ya? Y ahí está, lo ponen con alguien que sea una persona que sea con alta experiencia y que tenga todas las habilidades, las destrezas de ese trabajo. ¿Ya? Ese es el apprentice. Okay, number 5. What about number 5? It says here, Carlos, the is the part of a highway that is used to drive fast and pass over other cars and vehicles. Slow direction, fast lane, or fast direction?
Fast lane?
Yeah, fast lane. This is fast lane. The fast lane is the part of a highway that is used to drive fast and pass over other cars and vehicles. This is in the unit in India. Remember, there is a unit in a short reading about India where they are building, you know, a fast lane highway in India, right? Okay, let's see. Number 6. What about number 6, Scarlett? It says here, people who start new companies are called businessmen, entrepreneurs, and owners.
Letter B.
Letter B, correct. Entrepreneurs. Good. Son los empresarios, right? Or emprendedores, also we call people who start new companies are called entrepreneurs. Number 7, this is for Catalina. It's a small piece of farmland.
Plot.
Plot, yeah. Plot is a small piece of farmland. This is in the reading about, you know, the building of the highway in India, that there are some people that are really worried because they need, you know, maybe to use some plots, you know, in order to have more than one lane in this new modern highway. Okay, number 8, people in India are creative, driven, full of energy and new ideas. Okay, so this is very interesting to know about India because most of the time we don't have a lot of information about India, but people there are very creative, and they are not only creative, they are driven and full of energy and new ideas. In this sentence, driven means, what does it mean here? Driven. Any idea?
Letter A.
Letter A,
Letter
focused
A.
and determined?
And yes.
Yes, okay. What is the meaning, Kata? I mean, what is in English? What do you understand by this? Focused and determined? In your own words. Palabras.
Es como
No, Spanish, in English.
in
Can you
English.
try? Yes, try.
It's like you have to. You have a decision.
Yeah.
And you try to do it. I don't know.
Okay. Focused and determined. Yeah, so they are people that, for example, if they are building, for example, a new fast lane highway, you see, these workers are, you see, thinking about what they have to do. And sometimes they don't worry if it is a difficult job, but they focus, you see, on that activity and they do it, right? So they concentrate on these kind of things and they always do it, right? So this is a very interesting characteristic of the people from India, right? Driven. Some people think about to drive a car, nothing to do with that. Okay, India's new national highway connects 5 of the world's most populous cities. They are Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Chennai. And there's another. Do you know the other one? This is in the its vocabulary, and this is in the building of the fast lane highway in India.
Kolkata or no?
Yes, it's Kolkata. This is the other city, Kolkata, right? So the idea of this, you know, national highway, the idea of this new highway is to connect, especially, you know, these important cities, Delhi, which is the capital of India, and Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, and Kolkata, right? The others are also cities in India like Surat and Jaipur, but Kolkata is the city that is going to be connected thanks to this, you know, new national highway. Okay, this is, you know, the revision of unit number 4, right? Number 4. Then next Monday, we are going to have the revision of the unit number 5. Okay, I'm going to send you the Guia that I am preparing, right? This is the first one that I had prepared for you. I have another one that is about, you know, unit 5, and then we have unit 6. And then we are going to have also, you know, maybe some exercises to practice speaking, because I'm worried about the sounds, about phonetics. So I don't know how you are speaking. So I need to listen to you about, especially about your sounds, because you have to have good sounds, right? Not, I mean, making mistakes. So for that reason, I'm going to devote, you know, some, you know, sessions to practice speaking about the contents the topics that we have in these units, because remember that we are going to have a speaking test also, where we are going to include unit 4, 5, and 6, and also parts of the previous unit 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to provide, a list of topics to practice here and to be prepared for this level. And especially I'm worried about, pronunciation, because I don't know, I haven't listened to most of you, only Scarlett that has been with us in the last, days, and well, the rest of the students, only 2, sometimes 3 have been with us, but the rest, no, right? So this is important if you want to be a good teacher, and if you want to succeed in your practicum in the future, you need to have good pronunciation also, right? Okay, babies, any question up to here? Any question? Juan, are you clear about these things? Cata, Valeria.
Miss,
Yes, Carlitos.
puedo hacerle una pregunta en español, ¿no?
About what? En
About the
español.
presentation. Yeah, about the presentation.
Ah, ok, ya. Dígame nomás, tell me. Pregunte, dele.
Bueno, tiene que ser así como... puede ser que yo explique mi tema así como